out on the road with the Rose as front of house and production manager. Just landed here in Buenos Aires. There you go, look. It's managed to check into this hotel. I've been traveling for the past 33 hours and I stink, so I'm about to have a shower, but I just thought I'd show you this awesome hotel room. Yeah, and here's my desk. Little C1500 from Alan Heath. I've got the band's in-ear rig over there as well. So I'm gonna have a shower, go get some food, and then I'll come back and I'm gonna go plug my desk in and load my show file up and just run through some of the different settings because I'm on a 32 channel stage box this time versus the last I was on a 48. So I just need to do some rerouting on my file, which is why I've got it in my room. So let's cut to that now. So here we are with my desk. It's got the file loaded up. It's a little bit of a scare. I got back to my hotel room and yeah, thought I'd set everything up. I had a couple of beers in the hotel lobby. Thought I'd come back, quickly load my file up before I went out for dinner with the band. Plugged all the desk in and it just wouldn't connect to the mix rack. So this is my first time using this CDM32 here. Went for a lighter, smaller stage box so I could fly it. This came in at like 22 kilograms in a case. Desk is 23 kilograms in a case, which is amazing. But yeah, first time using this, loaded it up, just desk wouldn't connect to the mix rack at all. Panicked a little bit. And then I had to go for dinner with the band. So I put it out on my Instagram. A couple of you guys replied and gave me some options to try. So I just got back and tried it. And yeah, basically the network settings on the surface, there's an option to turn on DHCP. Did that and then it worked fine. So something to do with the IP address, don't know what, but we're working now. So fingers crossed it works tomorrow for the show. So I'm just gonna tweak some little bits because I'm using the smaller mix rack and some of the channels have just moved a little bit. So yeah, just gonna do that now. I'll show you my channels. So, just got a little bit of a move around, but yeah, fader bank A for all my drums. So I've got kick in, kick out. Sorry, there's a light right above the desk. But yeah, kick in, kick out, snare top, snare bottom, hi-hats, rack, floor, overheads. And before here was the video content, like one song on the tour, but we're not doing that on this festival run. So put my ambient mics here because I'm going to use those in the place of them to record some ambient mics to the crowd. Just so when I multi-track the recording, I have them, so they're not in the PA at all. Fader bank B, click track bass, backing tracks, so stereo tracks is just like pads and some like choral vocals. There's not much going on the tracks, to be fair. They're a pretty live band, which is good. Got 2 acoustic guitars, and then stereo keys, then 2 stereo Kempers, electric guitars, and fader bank C, all my vocals. So Sammy, the lead singer, there's 2 vocal mics for Leo. There's one on his keyboard and then one guitar position. Just has 2 separate ones just so he doesn't have to move them around during the show. Then I have the spare vocal and then Dylan the drummer and Jeff the bass player over there. And then I've just moved these here because I had space. Before these were all my like talkback lines and routing for my talkback speaker. I've not got them this time, so I've just thrown my vocal DCA and vocal group here. They're all together. This is now my vocal page if I need it. And then at the end I've got the talk lines. I mean, I've got one talk back on stage, but I don't have a speaker. So what I'm going to do is set this PFL up on probably on number 18 something, if that's not doing anything already. Just to PFL this, so if I need to speak to anyone on stage, I can listen to this on my headphones and I can talk to the guitar tech on stage. Then fader bank D is all my DCAs. See, makes sense, alliteration. D, and then I've just got, yeah, all the drums, the tracks, keys, acoustics, the bass, the electric guitars, vocals, all the effects. And then on the end of this page, I have my group. So everything, nothing's going out left and right. Everything sums down to these 4 groups here, basically. So everything to do with the band is on this one. And then everything to do with vocals on this one. And then these are paralleled. So this is all the drum shells and this is the electric guitars. And I can just push these in. If I need a bit more punch in my drums, I can push this up. If I need a bit more oomph in my guitars, then I've got this on a fader as well, and that's all my routing out. So all these DCAs are basically pushing to these stereo groups here. And then fader bank E is my effects, so all my sends and my returns. Number 4 is muted because that is my delay, which is on this button here. Yeah, and then this is an LD aux mix. I don't know if we're going to use this for the show. If we need to, I can send out an XLR from the back of my desk and give the LD a mix, including the click track, so we can hear when the song's coming in. And then fader bank F is all my outputs, basically. So it's on main, left, and right. And then I've got my mains on a matrix, so that's the left and right stereo matrix. then a mono sub and a mono fill. Don't know if I'll use a fill on this. It's all going to be festival, so potentially it's just going to be left, right, sub, or just left and right. We'll see what they have. Then there's this copy of the LD send, which was on the other one anyway. So maybe I don't need them on both. I don't need the ambience here either because they're on A now. I'm not sure if I need the center stage yet. I need to speak to the band. On the tour, I was running some stuff from front of house, and it needs to go into the band's in-ears, but I don't know if I need to do that for these shows. Potentially, I need to run the intro track, which would be on this fader here, labeled intro. So I need to speak to them if I need to run that or if they've got it on their playback on stage. We'll see. I've got an iPod, which I probably won't need because it's all festivals. I'll have playback already there. But yeah, that's all my channels. So I need to do some rerouting on a couple of these pages and then write down all my outputs and make sure I know what is outputting where. So I need to know where this is outputting from there because I need to link the output to their ears rig. So yeah, so I need to check all that stuff. It's looking good. Here's the back of the stage. There's Flo, standing with the drums. Stage up there. We can set these up and push them on stage in a minute. Little tent back here. Clive just set up all the mic stands. And we've got all the EP48s there. Say hello, Flo. Back of the stage. Show number 1 done. Argentina Lollapalooza. Tick. Just got back to the hotel. It's midnight. We're leaving in 30 minutes time to go to the airport. We fly at 4 a.m. to Santiago. No sleep for me tonight, apparently. And then we land. I'll probably have like 2 hours in the hotel there and have to go to the festival site. So, yeah. No sleep. 2 shows back to back. And that's what it's like. Yeah, just got back, just had a quick shower, freshened up, and I'm gonna go get all the gear now, packing the rest of my stuff. Just got back, bumped into Youngblood downstairs, was chatting to him. He just did a show, just like a pop-up show at the same time that we played the festival, and he said it was chaos. I'm gonna go check his set out in Santiago in a couple of days. But yeah, apart from that, I'm now gonna go downstairs and get all the gear together, get it in the back of this van, and go to the airport. See you in Santiago. So I like to lay out all my microphones and get all the clamps and clips ready so I know that I've got everything that I need, and then I can put them up on this drum kit and get everything ready to go for the show. There's our stage, ready to go. So all my mics are on the drum kit now, all cabled up, ready for the show. Here's our keyboard and some of our cases. Then around here we have our audio rack. So on the top is my CDM32 for front house, all wired in and ready. And then around the other side we have the band's inner unit, the M32C, DL32, all wired in from this 32 channel split here. All the channels will go into there and split off into these 2 units. And then when this band have finished playing, we're going to wheel our drum kit into place, ready for the show.